Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on these Phenom SG-210 boxing gloves. So check it out. Okay guys, so today I'm doing a close-up weigh-in and review on the Phenom SG-210 sparring gloves. I got it in 14 ounce in this sangria colorway, which is kind of like a burgundy. And this is kind of like an evolution of the SG-200 with a little bit more padding in the hand compartment area. Phenom is a company, again, based out of the UK. The gloves are made in Pakistan, full leather construction, and a beautiful looking glove, really nice construction. First off, you can see that the leather itself has a really nice satin finish to it. The padding over the knuckle is a multi-layer foam with balanced medium density. So as far as how it feels soft to the touch, but once you start to push down on it, like I'm doing here, and compress it, it starts to kind of densen up. So it becomes denser and more protective. And I actually found that these feel really great on the heavy bag, and you can use these for sparring, obviously. You have the Phenom that's stitched on the back of the wrist, and the wrist is a flat cuff. The inside is this tricot liner that's nice and smooth, and the back of the wrist has about a ½ inch of padding. You have that SG-210 label with the size right there in ounces, and the inside of the wrist, I'd say about 1/8 of an inch of padding on the inside on both sides, and the padding goes up on that side, and pretty traditional, goes up on the other side. Nice white round laces, which are really nice as well. Everything's the same color, so it kind of gives it a clean, simplistic look. Ventilated holes on the palm and the thumb. The grip bar on here, it's about medium, and you can push down on it. You also have a leather attached thumb that does a nice job of tucking the thumb in. So overall, a really clean glove, and some of the best construction I've seen in a glove as well. You can see it's just super clean, no stitching, it's popping out. Everything is symmetrical, done really well. No complaints here. So let's go ahead and put these on the scale, see how much these weigh. Again, these are 14 ounce. So let's see if they are true to weight. Right glove is 13.9, so pretty much exactly on weight. And the left glove is at 14 ounces. So that's awesome to see. Great looking gloves, good quality, weight's on point. Let's go ahead and do the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Phenom SG-210 boxing gloves. I got mine in this sangria colorway, which is kind of like a maroon color. Lace-up closure, 14 ounces. You can also get this in blue, white, and black. They do make a Velcro version of this glove, and you can get it anywhere between 12 and 18 ounces. So several colors, sizes, and closures to choose from, which makes it a pretty versatile glove in the fact that you do have different choices. Now, with that being said, if you're not familiar with Phenom, Phenom is a company based out of the UK. Their equipment is made in Pakistan, but they do make some of the more comfortable, high quality gear. I know a lot of people have made kind of the comparison with Rival Boxing, but in my opinion, as far as the quality goes and the fit and finish, they're right up there with Rival, if not better, in terms of quality, at least from what I've seen with a lot of their recent gear. Now the SG-210 is kind of like the evolution of their 200 series glove, where they put a little bit more padding in the hand compartment around the knuckle area that you can use for sparring, but it really makes a great overall training glove. So just to give you guys kind of a quick look at the design, it does have full genuine leather that has a satin finish to it. Really nice high quality there. You do have that Phenom P logo on the back. It's kind of a darker color. I think it's almost like I don't know if it's black or a really dark burgundy. You also have Phenom that is stitched and embroidered on the back of the flat cuff. The back of the cuff, I'd say, has about a ½ inch of firm density padding. You also have a tricot inner liner. It does have the Phenom tag right there with 14 ounces SG-210. You also have that burgundy colored piping around the cuff. The inside of the wrist has about, I'd say, 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/4 of an inch of padding. Medium density comes up right about there, as well as on that side. Nice long round laces, which is really nice quality there. Thumb piping is the same color. Ventilated hole on the thumb. You have a good amount of padding on the back of the thumb as well. Grip bar with ventilated holes right there, double stitching right there as well as a leather attached thumb that keeps that thumb nicely tucked in. So you can see it's a really clean, simple, elegant looking glove, nothing crazy here. And I'd say the profile is more on the medium to compact size, which I love. I'm a fan of the more smaller, profile gloves. I don't like gloves that are too big and bulky. Quality-wise, these gloves are top-notch, man. I mean, I'd put them up there with some of the highest quality gloves. I could not find any issues in terms of craftsmanship with this glove. The leather looks great. The stitching looks great. All the areas right there, the edges look great. Balance, weight and balance is on point. You can see right there, I'm grabbing the very back of the glove and it doesn't flop over. You can see that the construction where the thumb meets the index finger looks great. High quality multi-layer foam padding. Stitching on the embroidery looks clean with the Phenom hinge point. It's done really well. No issues there. Liners, excellent, nice and smooth. Doesn't bunch up at all. Feels really silky when you slide your hand in there. The stitching on the palm side looks great. No issues there with the stitching. No splotches or cracks or any kind of imperfections with the leather. So overall, I mean, it's just a really well-crafted glove. Comfort is one of those things that I feel like Phenom does great at in terms of all of their gloves. You can tell that there's a lot of emphasis when it comes to the ergonomics of the hand. When you slide your hand in here and making it feel like it's made for your hand, fits like a glove, no pun intended. But you slide your hand in here and this is probably, I'd have to say, their most comfortable glove I've tried thus far. It has an excellent deep finger compartment. The liner feels great, no bunching up in the hand compartment. The thumb positioning is perfect. The padding isn't too stiff to where it feels like it makes the tip of your thumb go numb. And it's long enough to accommodate my finger without jamming. I can make an excellent fist. It does take a little bit of breaking. I mean, it's not an ultra stiff glove, but it does take a little bit of time for it to break in. But nice deep finger compartment. It's not too wide, not too narrow, where I feel like your fingers are getting kind of crowded together. And they also do a really nice job of putting that smooth liner over the stitching, so you don't feel any of that stitching against your fingertip. So really nice and deep, and allows your hand to really turn over and land on those two front knuckles. Wrist support feels really good. The back wrist feels really nice. For a 14-ounce glove, these are probably the perfect size as far as what a 14-ounce glove should be sized at. So if I were to go with 16 or 18, obviously the glove's gonna be a little bit larger, but that would be perfect for those of you that have bigger hands, longer fingers. I feel like these gloves would be perfect for you. I mean, I don't think you would have any issues with your hand being too big for the glove, and then it feels like you have too many pressure points. So they've done a nice job of keeping the overall size and profile for that ounce class to be the correct size. Sometimes you get a 16-ounce glove and they feel like they fit like a 12-ounce, or vice versa. You get a 12-ounce glove and they feel like they're a 16-ounce glove, which can be frustrating because when you're jumping from one glove to the other, you might expect that to be the same, and then you find out it's different because the way companies size it is way off. So the fact that I think Phenom does a really great job of keeping the 14-ounce at this size, I think the profile is perfect. So overall, yeah, the comfort there is definitely top notch. Protection and performance, like I mentioned earlier, great for sparring. Really impressive for the heavy bag in the fact that outer layer of foam right here, it does feel softer when you push down on it. But what you'll notice is the more that you push down and compress it, it feels like the foam on the inside hardens a little bit. And it doesn't just push all the way in, all the way to your knuckle like some puncher's gloves. So I think the composition of the foam that they use on here is great, especially if you're gonna use it like on an aqua heavy bag, or even some of the stiffer, densely filled bags that when you hit it bare knuckle, it feels like you're hitting a rock. I think these would do really nice with those just because of the way they protect your hand. And you get excellent pop out of these. So a very well-balanced glove because it does a good job of absorbing shock. If I had to critique anything, is maybe put a little extra padding on the front side of the wrist. That way, when I lace these up, I get a little bit more of a snug hugging feel around my wrist. But not a huge deal, but maybe if I were to add a little bit more, that give it a little bit more of a tighter feel around the wrist to get a little bit more support. But outside of that, these perform awesome. Cost-wise, these gloves are 169 British pounds, which converts to about $234. Yes, that's expensive. However, with that being said, it's hard for me to say no to these gloves. I think these gloves are awesome, to be honest with you. I think quality-wise, they're up there in terms of comparable to some of the Mexican brands, even comparable to Winning. If I'm being fair about it, I feel like the stitching on here is on point. I think people will say, well, they're made in Pakistan, but that to me is just kind of like a general statement that doesn't really give justification on why something should be priced lower just because it's made in a certain region. I've always said too, this is a quote that I've heard before and it kind of resonates with me, that if someone does something enough times, they become experts at it. And I feel like a lot of the Pakistan-made gloves have really honed in on the skill of glove making because they do it so much. They do it for so many different companies. So I definitely feel that these are worth the price of admission, a little bit on the higher end. But with all the features, the quality, how comfortable they are, these are really hard to beat in terms of just an overall package for the glove. So if you guys have any questions or comments, as usual, put them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Phenom SG-210 boxing gloves. See you guys later. Take care.